Latilo Show, BOS, a program that has not only shaped event coverage in Nigeria, but has also become a formidable force in political reportage. When BOS debuted 25 years ago, it was an elegantly packaged magazine program focused on society events, cultural showcases, weddings, and red carpet moments. Through meticulous editing, rich narration in both English and Yoruba, and an elite understanding of audience engagement, BOS quickly became the gold standard for event coverage across Nigeria and beyond. It wasn't long before the show, fueled by Prince Bisiolatilo's passion and deep network across societal strata, evolved into more than a celebration of glamour. It became a chronicle of leadership, political development, and governance across Nigeria. Over the years, BOS expanded its lens to capture high-profile political events, inaugurations, policy drives, and state visits. BOS became a trusted platform where political milestones were archived with clarity and depth, preserving history while showcasing developmental strides in real time. In Anambra State, the show followed the remarkable political transition and developmental path of Dr. Chris Ngige, whose administration laid foundational infrastructure. Mr. Peter Obi celebrated for his frugality and commitment to education, and Chief Willie Obiano, who amplified investment and security. Through BOS, audiences witnessed how each leader brought unique value to Anambra's growth trajectory, often told through in-depth coverage of commissioning ceremonies, policy launches, and cultural outreach programs. River State, a hotbed of political drama and developmental dynamism, also received prominent attention. BOS documented the short-lived administration of Celestine Omehia, the transformative tenure of Rotimi Amechi with his focus on infrastructure and education, and the politically charged but highly visible administration of Nyesom Wike, known for his monumental projects and fiery political stance. These narratives were not just reported. They were told with context and flair, allowing viewers to appreciate the layers behind the politics. Ogun State's evolution under the leadership of Olusegun Oshoba, Gbenga Daniel, and Senator Ibikunle Amosun was equally detailed on BOS. From Oshoba's media-informed governance style to Daniel's expansion of road networks and Amosun's legacy in urban renewal and security architecture, BOS highlighted how each administration contributed to shaping Ogun into a competitive southwest state. Perhaps one of the most comprehensive political documentation by BOS is that of Lagos State, Nigeria's commercial nerve center. The show provided rich footage and engaging storytelling on the governance blueprints of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who re-engineered the state's revenue base and created enduring institutions. Babatunde Raji Fashola, who focused on infrastructure and law enforcement. Akinwumi Ambode, who digitized services and improved access. And the current governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who is navigating the state through modernization and resilience. BOS became synonymous with Lagos's transformation story. In Delta State, BOS showcased the robust health and educational reforms of Dr. Emmanuel Uduaghan and the agricultural and infrastructure-focused leadership of Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa. These stories, often overshadowed in mainstream media, were given light and substance through the BOS lens, ensuring Nigerians understood the multi-dimensional efforts driving Delta's progress. Imo State was not left out. From the spirited tenure of Rochas Okorocha with his free education initiative to the short-lived reformist drive of Emeka Ihedioha and the current administration of Senator Hope Uzodinma, BOS offered a layered view into the politics and projects shaping the Eastern Heartland. In Ondo State, BOS was there to capture the social-focused tenor of Dr. Olusegun Mimiko, particularly his mother and child health programs, and the infrastructural strides of the late Rotimi Akeredolu, whose roadworks and urban redevelopment redefined the state capital. Similarly, the leadership journeys of Olagunsoye Oyinlola and Rauf Aregbesola in Osun State were not only followed, but given robust attention by BOS, especially as they engaged in policy reforms and grassroots engagement. Abia State's political landscape, with the administrations of Dr. Orji Uzokalu, Chief Theodore Orji, and Dr. Okezie Ikpeazu, also found space on BOS. From industrialization efforts to rural electrification and SME empowerment, BOS chronicled their impact in ways that merged information with inspiration. In Bayelsa State, BOS captured the historic journey from the days of Chief Dipriye Solomon Peter Alamesia, the state's first civilian governor, who laid the foundation for Bayelsa's administrative structure and civic identity. His successor, Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, would later rise to become Vice President and President of Nigeria. His political trajectory closely followed and documented by BOS. The administration of Chief Timpriye Silva brought in a new wave of leadership style, while that of Honorable Seriake Dixon ushered in an era of massive infrastructural expansion and educational reform. The current governor, Senator Doye Diri, continues to enjoy BOS's coverage with his peaceful governance tone and development-centered initiatives being brought to national consciousness through the show's consistent reportage. In Ekiti State, BOS closely followed the fascinating political rhythm of a state that prides itself on intellectualism and activism. The program documented the administrations of Otumba Ni Adebayo, the pioneer civilian governor, Dr. Ayodele Fayose in both of his tenures, and Dr. Kayode Fayemi, whose policy thrust emphasized knowledge, economy, good governance, and rural development. Oyo State also had its share of spotlight under the BOS radar. From the pragmatic leadership of Senator Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja to the reform-driven tenure of late Governor Abiola Ajimobi, BOS brought to life the push for modernization in the Southwest Heartland. The current administration under Governor Seyi Makinde, with its progressive strides in education, infrastructure, and youth empowerment, has also received in-depth coverage, reflecting BOS's commitment to telling the stories of leaders who prioritize impact over noise. And in Nigeria's capital, the Federal Capital Territory, BOS has remained a reliable source of updates on governance at the national level. From presidential inaugurations, ministerial briefings, national economic summits, and diplomatic receptions to behind-the-scenes moments at Aso Rock, BOS consistently brought Abuja closer to the people. It has profiled the FCT's successive ministers, shed light on urban development projects, and documented the seat of power with remarkable elegance and insight. Through all these, what set BOS apart was its ability to balance storytelling with journalistic integrity. Rather than just political events, the show often explored the why behind decisions, the how of implementation, and the who behind policy success or failure. With Prince Biscon at the helm, BOS remained a rare neutrality, offering access without bias, reportage without sensationalism, and interviews without ambush. As Prince Biscon celebrates 50 illustrious years in broadcasting and BOS marks a quarter century on the air, their legacies are cemented not just in society events, but in the living history of Nigerian governance. Through painstaking documentation, cultural sensitivity, and a rare journalistic elegance, BOS has become not just a show, but a national archive. It is a testimony to what can be achieved when passion meets purpose. Tomorrow, once a flagship companion to the BOS brand, BOS International Magazine returns to reclaim its space, not just as a publication, but as a powerful extension of the BOS experience. From the vibrant pulse of people and politics to the fast lanes of sports and lifestyle, from the quiet corridors of influence to the vibrant streets that shape our culture, BOS International Magazine is your passport to the stories that matter. We shine the spotlight on the bold, the brilliant, and the beautiful. We capture the essence of Nigeria and the heartbeat of its people. We tell stories that inspire, profiles that endear, news that resonates, and moments that live forever in print. It's not just a magazine, it's a movement, it's a mirror, it's BOS on a page. BOS International Magazine. News, sports, people, politics, places, lifestyle, by popular demand. Back in your hands, and once again, the perfect complement to BOS on screen. The retentive power of Biscon Communications and the BOS brand, preserving legacy, evoking nostalgia. In a fast-paced media age where memories are easily lost to time, Biscon Communications and its flagship brand, the Biscon Show, BOS, stand as a stunning exception. With a vast archive of world-class events painstakingly documented over decades, Biscon possesses a rare retentive power, one that brings the past alive with just a click, taking viewers down memory lane and evoking a deep sense of nostalgia. Biscon Communication is not just a media house. It is a preserver of history and custodian of cultural heritage. From presidential inaugurations to royal weddings, diplomatic receptions, society parties, high-profile funerals, political conventions, and major national events, the BOS brand has documented it all, capturing moments of glamour, honor, and emotion with a signature style that has stood the test of time. The retentive power of Biscon lies in its ability to recall these events and represent them with such freshness and fluidity that it feels as though they just happened. It takes only a segment or clip to transport viewers back to the sound of a traditional drum beating at a coronation, the stirring words of a statesman, the colorful display of culture, or the celebratory joy of a memorable occasion. These are not just visual records, they are experiences, still vibrant, still alive. Few brands have mastered this art. BOS goes beyond reporting events. It retains them in their full color and character. Every episode is a reunion with memory, a tribute to heritage, and a celebration of the people, places, and emotions that define us. This nostalgia is not just sentimental, it is powerful. It builds bridges between generations, reminding older viewers of their prime years while introducing younger ones to the grandeur and grace of an era gone by. With decades of consistent content curation, Biscon Communications has created a timeless library of moments that cannot be found anywhere else. This immense archive is one of the greater strengths of the BOS brand. It has become a living museum of Nigeria's social, political, and cultural landscape, ever relevant, ever ready to inspire. As media trends rise and fade, Biscon remains a beacon of enduring value. It stands as a testament to the vision of Prince Biscon, whose commitment to classic broadcasting and excellence has created a brand that is both historic and future-proof. Through the BOS platform, Biscon proves that legacy is not just about the past. It is about how powerfully the past can speak to the present. In every frame, every flashback, every rebroadcast, Biscon Communications brings history to life. This is the magic of memory. This is the power of nostalgia. This is the legacy of BOS. For over 2 decades, one name has stood tall in Nigerian media, Biscon Communications. From the vision of legendary broadcaster Prince Biscon, Biscon has brought people together, north, south, east and west, united by stories that speak our truth, moments that move us, and voices that echo across generations. From the Biscon Show, the iconic high society program that redefined TV magazine shows, to Biscon Politics, Biscon News Hour, Biscon Breakfast and more, we inform, inspire, and entertain with a rich blend of culture, lifestyle, and substance. Based in the heart of Anthony Village, Lagos, Biscon has become the pulse of Nigeria's elite social scene, capturing the glitz, the grit, and the greatness of our time. And beyond the screen, Biscon is soaring across the digital space, building a powerful online community on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. With wide viewership and growing followership, our content now travels further, faster, and deeper into the hearts of millions, home and abroad. Whether it's talk shows, talent hunts, youth forums, or documentary, event coverage or premium jingle production, photography, editing, or full post-production, Biscon delivers it all with class, culture, and clarity. It's more than content, it's connection. It's more than TV, it's tradition. It's not just media, it's a message. And with 24-hour broadcasting on Biscon TV, now on Go TV and streaming worldwide, we're louder, prouder, and closer to you than ever before. Biscon Communications, celebrating culture, shaping opinion, setting the pace for over 25 years, and still ahead of the game. Biscon Communications, telling Nigeria's story to the world, the Nigerian way. Nigeria's political landscape and the road to the 2027 general elections. Nigeria's road to the 2027 general elections is shaping into a fierce struggle for power, with the frontline parties strategizing amid economic pressure, security concerns, and a demand for stronger electoral integrity. The ruling All Progressives Congress, APC, has already declared its intention to retain power in 2027, projecting continuity and defending its economic reforms as necessary, even though many Nigerians continue to face unprecedented hardship from inflation and high cost of living. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, still nursing wounds from the 2023 election, has taken a defining step by zoning its 2027 presidential ticket to the south, while retaining the party chairmanship in the north. This move is aimed at restoring the balance that the party has long upheld, and to address the resentment that followed its decision to throw open the ticket in 2023. Many southern members felt marginalized then, resulting in a major rebellion that weakened the party. By returning to zoning, the PDP seeks to rebuild internal unity, court southern electorates, and position itself strategically for coalition talks with other parties. The Labour Party, LP, which surged international reckoning in 2023 on the back of youthful energy and popular outrage against the establishment, remains a major factor. However, its capacity to sustain momentum will depend on deepening its structures beyond urban centers, mobilizing resources, and deciding whether to join forces with the PDP or other opposition blocs without losing its image as a movement party. The new Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, which enjoyed northern urban appeal under Rabiu Kwakwanso, faces internal strains, but could still emerge a kingmaker if it leverages its base into a negotiated alliance. The African Democratic Congress, ADC, though not as large as the APC or PDP, remains relevant as a party that brands itself as youth-oriented and reform-minded. It has built modest presence in some states and is increasingly courting civil society groups and professionals who seek a third force. In the current climate, the ADC is likely to play a supporting but significant role in any opposition coalition, positioning itself as a bridge between the bigger players and smaller regional parties. Nigeria's experience shows that only a united opposition can defeat a sitting government. The zoning decision by the PDP is therefore not only an internal settlement, but also a strategic signal that the party is prepared to be a pivot for an alliance. Whether the LP, NNPP, and ADC can harmonize with it remains the defining question. Meanwhile, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, is under intense pressure to rebuild confidence after the technology and logistics failures of 2023. The use of BVAS and the iRev portal had raised expectations, but delays and discrepancies undermined trust. For 2027, INEC must demonstrate greater transparency, train ad hoc staff more effectively, and ensure timely dispute resolution to avoid the crisis of confidence that dogged the last election. As the election approaches, the economy will remain the dominant issue. The APC will argue that its reforms are bearing fruit and that reversing them would be disastrous, while the opposition will highlight daily suffering, rising costs, and the need for immediate relief. The party that best convinces Nigerians that their votes will count and that tangible improvement will follow is likely to have the edge in 2027.
In every nation, a few rise to tell the story of its struggles and triumphs. Sports is not just a game. It is politics, it is influence, it is power, and no one knows this better than the lawyer, an iconic sports administrator whose ringing voice has defined an era. A lawyer of rare courage, an administrator who gave sports a language of authority. Now, his voice and vision find permanence in print. On November 19th, 2025, 10:30 a.m., Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, 13/15 Kofo Abayomi Street, Victoria Island, Lagos. We unveil and launch Sports, Politics and Power, Dudu Orumen's seminal book that captures the pulse of our nation's sporting spirit and its entanglement with politics and influence. Get ready.
Celebrating Sir Kensington Adebutu at 90, a life of enterprise, philanthropy and legacy. On October 24th, 2025, we anticipate a grand celebration of a legendary giant in business and philanthropy. Sir Kensington Adebukunla Adebutu CON, the Odole Odua of the Source, as he marks another year of life and legacy. Born on October 24, 1935 in Ikperuremo, Ogun State, he emerged from humble beginning to become a pillar of industry, a pioneer in Lotto enterprise, and a benefactor whose reach touches education, healthcare, and community development. Starting his professional journey in sales and management before launching Premier Lotto Babaijebu, Sir Adebutu has built not just a business empire, but a name synonymous with trust, reliability, and employment creation. He has been honored with prestigious chieftaincy titles like Odole Odua, Balogun of Remoland, as well as federal awards of CON and OON. Recognitions that reflect his contributions to nation building and tradition. His philanthropic spirit is legendary, donating state-of-the-art educational facilities to universities, supporting classrooms and libraries, sponsoring hospital projects, and uplifting the poor with compassion. His generosity extends beyond material gifts. He has invested in people, mentorship, and legacy, inspiring countless young entrepreneurs and community leaders through his example and support. As family, friends, business colleagues, and the communities he has courtly touched prepare to salute him, we take this moment to reflect on a life that has shaped industry, empowered education, and lifted the voice of service. Happy birthday, Sir Kessington Adebukunla Adebutu, CON, OON, or Dole Odua of the Source. With deepest respect and warmest wishes from Prince Bisiolatilo and all of us at Biscon Communications.
Coming to you live from our studios here in Lagos, Nigeria, this is Biscon TV News. I'm Ime Emmanuel. Let's look at the top stories making the news this hour. On the national scene, Senate set up committee over Christian genocide claims. And federal government announces mathematics no longer a mandatory requirement for art students seeking tertiary admission. In business, federal government approves $3 billion for completion of Eastern Rail project. On the foreign scene, military says it had seized power in Madagascar after president moved to safe place. In sports, Nigeria wins against Benin Republic 4-0 in World Cup qualifying match. Now the news in detail. Nigerian senior secondary school students in arts and humanities will no longer be required to present a credit in mathematics in their senior secondary certificate examination organized by the West African Examination Council and National Examination Council as a condition for admission to universities and polytechnics, according to the Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, on Tuesday. The new framework applies to universities, polytechnics, colleges of education, and innovation enterprise academies across the country while still maintaining academic standards. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Senate on Tuesday constituted a 12-member ad hoc committee to advise the legislature on how to address growing international concerns regarding allegations of state-supported persecution of Christians in Nigeria. The decision followed a closed-door session during which lawmakers deliberated on recent claims by the United States government suggesting possible act of genocide targeting Christians in certain regions of the country. The newly constituted committee comprises Senators Victor Ume, Yemi Adaramodu, Anekan Basi, Abdul Ningi, Titus Zam, Tonya Wonye, Tahi Monguno, and Asuko Ekpayong, amongst others. The panel has been mandated to produce a comprehensive position paper to be presented to both the executive and the Senate that will inform Nigeria's legislative stance on the issue and guide its participation in ongoing international engagement. Also on the news, the federal government has signed renewable energy deployment agreement worth $500 million with 5 state governments and the Netherlands Development Organizations to boost solar power generation and expand local production of solar panels and battery storage system in Nigeria. The agreements facilitated through the Rural Electrification Agency were signed with Bayelsa, Ogun, Lagos, Akwa Ibom, Kano, and the Federal Capital Territory. The initiative is expected to add about 3,950 megawatts of renewable energy capacity across the country. Speaking at the Nigeria Renewable Energy Innovation Forum held in Abuja, Vice President Kashim Shettima said Nigeria's ongoing energy transition represents an estimated $410 billion investment opportunity between now and 2060, and he reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to creating an enabling environment for private sector participation in clean energy production. And the Federal High Court in Abuja on Tuesday adjourned hearing in a suit seeking to stop the People's Democratic Party's planned national convention to Thursday, October 16, to allow parties to resolve an internal dispute over the party's legal representation. Justice James Omotosho made the decision after a heated disagreement between the two senior lawyers, Chris Uche and Kamaldeen Hajibadi, both claiming to represent the PDP in the case. The suit was filed by the PDP officials Austin Nwachukwu, Imo State Chairman, and Ama Nana, Abia State Chairman, and Tuna George, South Zonal Secretary, and seeks to stop the PDP from holding its national convention slated for November 15 and 16 in Ibadan, Oyo State. We go on a quick break for business news. Stay tuned. In business, the federal government has approved $3 billion for the completion of the Eastern Rail project. The Minister of Transportation, Senator Said Ahmed Al-Khali, has announced at the opening of the 5th Nigerian Institute of Transport Technology Stakeholder Summit and Award held at Nikon Hotel, Abuja. He commended President Tinubu and the Director General of NITI for their commitment to revitalizing the transport sector, which he described as the lifeblood of Nigeria's economy. The minister also highlighted the recent approval of the National Land Transport Policy by the FEC as another major milestone in the sector reform agenda. And up next is Foreign News. Stay tuned. On the foreign scene, an elite military unit says it has seized power in Madagascar from President Andry Rajoelina, whose whereabouts are unknown following weeks of youth-led protests in the Indian Ocean island. And standing outside the Presidential Police, Chief Colonel Michael Randarinia said the military would form a government and hold elections within 2 years. He also suspended key democratic institutions like the Electoral Commissions. Troops and protesters have been celebrating the apparent ousting of President Rajoelina with thousands cheering and waving flags in the capital Antananarivo. Currently, Madagascar is one of the poorest countries in the world, with 75% of its 30 million people living below the poverty line, according to the World Bank. We're going to quick break for sports news. In sports, the Super Eagles of Nigeria have defeated the Cheetahs of the Benin Republic 4-0 in the decisive 2026 World Cup qualification at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium. Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen's hat-trick and second-half goal from substitute Frank Onyeka were enough to give Nigeria 3 points against Benin in its quest to qualify for the World Cup. We're going to a final break to bring you entertainment news. Stay tuned. And finally, on entertainment, Grammy-nominated Afrobeat singer David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, is set to bring the Five tour to Nigeria, promising a cultural homecoming that celebrates its roots and the genre is helped globalize. The artist aims to deliver an unforgettable experience for Nigeria fans, with the tour kicking off on October 26 in Akwa Ibom, with subsequent stops in Adamawa on October 29, Enugu on November 1, Ibadan on November 9, and grand finale in Lagos on Christmas Day, December 25. And that's it on the news. But before we go, let's look at the major stories. The National Senate set up committee over Christian genocide claims. The federal government announces mathematics no longer a mandatory requirement for art students seeking tertiary admission. In business, federal government approves $3 billion for completion of Eastern Rail project. And the foreign military says it has seized power in Madagascar after president moves to seek peace. And in sports, we brought to reports that Nigeria has won against Benin Republic 4-0 in World Cup qualifying match. The news was compiled and produced by David Asha. I'm Ime Emmanuel. Many thanks for watching.
Hello folks, we are here one more time to interrogate another of those issues we keep talking about that get thrown at us, in my country, your country. Today, Showore reveals date for protest march to presidential villa over Nnamdi Kanu's continued incarceration. Dares Southeast leaders to protest with him. Now, for politician and human rights activist Omoyele Showore, the Nnamdi Kanu saga is an unfinished job in the area of his continued incarceration. He, Showore, has announced October 20 as the date for a protest march to the seat of power, Aso Rock Villa, to demand the release of the detained leader of the Independent People of Biafra, or IPOB. Meanwhile, Showore has challenged all Southeast governors and leaders of thought there to join him in the demonstration. Well, while we concede that there's nothing wrong with a little agitation for what is right or what is fair, we caution it must be done within the confines of the law. Let's provoke the debate. My big debater here is the one, the only Dotun Oladipo. Dotun, I greet you. Welcome.
Thank you so much, John.
Yeah.
I'm here again.
This is another of those things thrown up by my country, your country. You see the intention of Showore as a genuine cause, Okay, how does it come over to you?
Well, it comes to me like every other agitation for which we have a right to peaceful protest.
Okay.
On all parameters. So whether it is by law, as we have read it as laymen, or the pronouncement of the courts, Nigerians have a right to protest. Peacefully.
Yeah.
And in an orderly manner. Once it becomes violent, that is where there is a problem. And from what we saw during the last protest in the country, especially in our own city, Lagos, where we are transmitting from, which is Lagos, we saw that even the police mingled with the protesters, giving them water and snacks. It also happened in Ogun State, where the commissioner, who is a doctor, Landry, also joined them in that protest, along with his team.
Perhaps you're talking about the End SARS protest?
Yes.
Okay.
The last one. And that
2020, October. Yeah.
We're talking about the one we had this year, which did not turn violent. And that was...
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yes. And we had it all over the country like that, where the security agencies, including even the Department of State Services, ensured that nothing went wrong. But coming back, specifically to this one that involves a man, Nnamdi Kanu, and being led by someone who is seen as a serial protester. And my friend anyway, Omoyele Sowore.
You don't see him as altruistic?
Yeah, well, I see him as somebody who believes that we must always agitate for our rights where it is not freely given.
Okay.
That's the way I see it. Whether the mode of that protest is right or wrong, because at some point the police was saying, before you can embark on any protest, you must come to us and obtain, and the law does not say that. Yes, you can inform the police, but you don't need any permit.
Okay.
And the only reason I also believe that we should inform the police is that so that such protests are not hijacked by hoodlums, because we've seen that. Like I keep telling people, yes, like I keep telling people, the End SARS protest was a good concept.
Yeah.
That turned bad because some people saw the opportunity in it.
That infiltration.
Yes, to loot. So they took over. When the people who were protesting had returned to their homes and declared the protest ended for the day, they were on the street looting.
Yeah. For instance, in Cross River State, I cannot forget that some idiot looted an ATM machine.
Yeah, even in Lagos.
And you are wondering if that was
part of the protest. On the island, it happened. So many ATM machines were damaged and money taken away. We saw it in Benin, where some people entered into banks, even when the gates were shut.
Yeah. In Lagos, if you remember, a police station was vandalized.
Not one, not two.
Okay.
So many of them. So that isn't part of the protest, and that's why it's important that when we want to embark on a protest, there should be that orderliness. We shouldn't allow infiltration, because there are people who are waiting for that opportunity.
In this particular case, a date has been announced.
Fixed.
Okay.
Announced and fixed. Is it right?
So the announcement has put all of us on notice?
On notice, including the police, including the DSS, other security agencies. So, I don't believe that process should be stopped, because it's everybody's right to protest when you feel that things are not being done the way you feel they should be done.
Yeah, but let's steer the bag now. The man at the center of it all is Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the proscribed IPOB.
Yes.
He has a case in court. None of us is a lawyer, but then he's undergoing a trial.
Yes.
So would the August 20 date have anything to do with the trial?
Now, for a very long time.
If you understand my question.
I do understand it, but I'm trying to approach it in a way that
diplomatically.
I will answer that question in a way that will also help these organizers. I mean, also help our listeners to understand the thoughts of the organizers.
Listeners, viewers too.
Yes. So, Nnamdi Kanu's case has been on for a number of years. In the first instance, before he fled the country, he was in court a number of times. Since he was brought back into the country, that case has been on for years now. What people are saying, including myself, I don't know if I'm humble, that's why I want to remove that humble self. is that this is now more of a political case than a pure criminal trial.
Okay.
And why is that so? It has generated so much attention and is causing some sort of division and a lot of chaos in the Southeast.
Remember, it started like a child's play, yes, from the Masop days.
Yes.
Of Raf was
yes. And we've had a number of groups, but that of IPOP has been the most outstanding,
okay,
and most notorious.
Use the word
notoriously outstanding.
Okay.
Because the number of people who have been killed, whether based on the call by Nnamdi Kanu or those who claim to have his mandate, including the man who has been jailed in Finland.
He's a comrade in arms.
Yes. Who also claims to be second in command, and that everything he's saying is hearing from him. We've lost a lot of lives in the Southeast. A lot of...
In addition to the infamous sit at home.
Yes, exactly. I was going to go there. A lot of business hours, every Monday lockdown in the Southeast. We've had people who have tried to intervene, but our former president, who is late now, Alhaji Muhammadu Buhari, says, no, this is a pure criminal enterprise. Let's treat it as such.
Let him go through trial.
Yes. And there are those of us...
Otherwise, let the courts determine.
And there are those of us who are saying that this should be resolved politically. And that is what this protest is all about.
Okay. You think it's another way of gaining a political solution?
Yes. To say to the authorities, this has gone beyond what they call handshake that stretches to the elbow.
Okay.
So why can't the government sit down, especially with the leaders of the Southeast who are saying we are ready to rein this man in? Even the man has gone to court. Despite all that we have seen him say on TV, hear him say on radio, to say he never ordered any killing. Meaning that he's taking back his own words. That he has never ordered any destruction.
Underline that, taking back.
Yes, he's taking it back. So,
but
some
remember,
people...
Kanu is known to have said, release me and the trouble in the Southeast
will be over.
Yeah.
Because...
You don't trust that?
I am beginning to say that the passage of time has taught him that violence has never been the solution to any problem. At the end of the day, no matter how much we war, we are going to come back to that table that they call the round one, to Georgia. So, that's the issue. You are free to have your own protests, but you are not free to arm people to protest and destroy lives.
Yeah.
Because if they are saying they've traced money to one account linked to him, they've traced money to the account of the man in Finland who is in jail now, and they are the ones, and they are the ones supplying arms and ammunition to these people in the Southeast who are carrying out this.
Does that not tell you the struggle, the Biafra struggle has become a franchise? People make money.
People make money from it. That's the truth.
And so the tendency that those people may not want this to stop.
Well, if they don't want it to stop now, and Kanu is out and says, see, I'm here. This is my hand, very white. No more trouble. And it continues. Then you now know, you can now narrow the problem to where it should be. Because now it's a general notion that Kanu is a problem.
Yeah. Dr. Kanu is released today. You think the agitation for Biafra would also cease?
It is part of what will be the negotiation, in the negotiation.
Okay, that's a political angle to it.
Yes, that's a political angle to it. Because already, remember, there was a time that a former beauty queen was going to be appointed into the cabinet of President Olusegun Obasanjo. And they told us that is the key that will open the door to the solution to the problem in the South. And I'm talking about Minister of State for Foreign Affairs.
Yeah,
Bianca Ojukwu, who has been doing fantastically well in this administration. So if
just the other day, I think somebody said release Nnamdi Kanu to Bianca Ojukwu.
Yes, yes, that's the belief. If it's released to her now, and whether she has said it or not, she has not come out to deny the fact that she wants Nnamdi Kanu released to her. She has not spoken. So we take it that it's an already agreed discourse in the Southeast. Hand over this man to this lady and things will be fine.
Yeah. Let's talk a little history here.
Yes.
Yeah. Nigeria was coupled, that's to use the word of the mechanics, in 1914.
Yes.
So
by who we don't know.
I'm told by Lugard, by the British.
Yes.
The overlords.
Who allowed them to couple us.
But whether or not you like it, we have been this way in this marriage 100+ years.
Yes.
And the agitation started in 1999, if you remember, in the first year of President Obasanjo. And close to 20, 24, 25 years, it's still on. So you release Nnamdi Kanu, you think that agitation would go away.
Whether we look at it,
because if the agitation goes away, it means we have returned to our, now familiar marriage of convenience.
Don't forget, Citizen Jones, that whether we look at it from the angle of Nnamdi Kanu or the North that is calling for true federalism, or the Southwest that is agitating for regionalism, all of us are saying the same thing. It's just that the mechanics of what Nnamdi Kanu has done has made it a crime. So, if he had also said, see, let's go into the regions, let's do regionalism, which is what a lot of people in the Southwest are agitating for. We are still going the same way of saying the central government, we are tired of it.
If we return to regionalism,
yes, sir,
the ache of yesterday would resurface, because those of us who are considered minorities in the Southeast would feel
everybody must sort out their own problems if we get to that. And before you even get to the point of approving regionalism, people must have sat down to talk. And the thing that people are saying now very clearly is that any conference, whether you call it national conference or any by any name, those who will be the representatives of the people should be chosen by referendum, so that they will be true representatives. And then when you and I go there, because we've always said it, sir, even now that we are not doing regionalism, sir, when this is the analogy that people use, when the Yorubas gather in their numbers and they are talking about Nigeria, they will talk as one voice.
Yeah.
Let me complete this analogy, sir. They will talk as one voice. When they now say, okay, you people go and decide how you want to live your life, then we come together as just Yoruba. We're not talking with the other parts of the nation. Then the man in Lagos will remember this. I'm from Lagos State.
Okay.
Let me use, say, like Ogun State as an example. The man in Ogun State will now say, I'm an Ijebu.
Yeah.
Ijebu land is large. Then when they now talk, the other one from Imushi, which we always joke is this way to
Ijebu Imushi.
Ijebu Imushi, which is, you now say no, Ijebu is not the representation of Ijebu land. The man in Agogo, he say, is it because my name does not include Ijebu? Is that why you are throwing me out? The man in Shagam will say, I'm also Ijebu now. But they will tell him, you are Remo.
Including the fellow in Ikorodu.
Exactly. Who will say, no, I belong to Ijebu. They only mismatch me with Lagos.
Okay.
And then our problem. So we must understand that it's a
Doctor,
huge problem that we must solve, sir.
The regions gave way to states created by the military. So even in statism, the other day, the new Olubadan teased Mr. President, who was in the audience, please consider an Ibadan state.
He didn't tease him. He was very serious about it. You know, they are still pursuing it. But it's been debated now with the National
But you and I know that a civilian administration cannot create states.
It will come very soon if we are not careful.
Will not be easy to create states. I'm not saying it is impossible. It is not easy. So you are talking about 774 local governments saying yes, 36 states houses of assembly saying yes, the National Assembly 2/3 saying yes.
Even for all of them to be 2/3. And you see, sir, the only way it is very easy to achieve was what I said initially. Don't let the government legislate those who will attend any assembly where that debate will take place. Let it be the people.
All right.
We've had a lot of debates on these things, and there are papers showing it that this whole agitation, including the one by Nnamdi Kanu, will go away if people are allowed to talk.
But hold on. Do you know that the IPOB released a map including portions of Benue? I'm sure you have heard about it. Up till Edo.
Yes, sir.
A map.
Delta.
And Delta State, claiming it is part of.
Now, let me tell you my discovery. When I worked in Newswatch magazine, when it was real Newswatch, not the one that we have now,
not the one with them put water.
It has not been diluted. There is a man there who is from Benue. I can't remember his first name, but it's Agbo.
Okay.
He speaks his language in Benue.
That on the Newswatch staff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is
it Nathan?
Nat Agbo. His name is Nathaniel Agbo.
Yeah.
He speaks fluently his language in Benue and speaks Igbo fluently because they share boundary.
Yeah, continue.
So this is the point. This is the point where people are saying, see, when we were dividing Nigeria, even we that we are not white men, we did not divide it clearly. Because we are looking for landmarks. We are not looking for people.
In other words, you are saying the Biafra of Kanu's dream includes Natagbo's.
Yes, it will include him if they go by that. But what we should do.
I don't know if you understand. You see what I'm saying.
I can see what you are saying. What we can do is to be honest with ourselves when we go to the table to debate. We need seriously to redefine Nigeria. Nigeria as it is now is just managing to survive on the basis of ethnicism and religion. That's what we are doing to ourselves. That is why some people, they can't even fathom that in a state like yours, there can be Muslims, Muslim families.
Well, maybe yes, maybe no, but I know that in Abia, next to us,
yes,
there are sprinklings of
the man who is the deputy, who used to, I think he's still there, who used to be the deputy spokesman of the NSCIA. He's from that state. He's from Abia State. An Igbo man. So a lot of things.
I remember one of the directors of Newswatch you talked about earlier on was an Igbo. I mean, was a Muslim cleric from Abia State.
Maybe I don't even know him. But basically what I'm saying is we need to be honest with ourselves when we are talking to ourselves. It is not only football that should bring us together and we forget that this one is Igbo, this one is Yoruba.
So language is key. Okay.
This one is a Muslim, this one is a Christian. All of those maps that we have now, they really don't define us.
I don't speak Igbo. My understanding of Igbo is smattering, you know. I speak dialectical Igbo, you know.
So at least you speak a little.
No. Not passable, near passable, you know. You know, the basic words you pick in any foreign language from yours. But how you want to include my part of the country in Akwa Ibom in a projected Biafra is what I'm battling with.
What I'm saying essentially is this: that map that was drawn won't be necessary if we get ourselves right.
No.
What a lot of people.
So what's the essence of the map if it won't be necessary?
That's for them. I'm saying that when somebody
somewhere is not being honest.
When we do away with this agitation,
yeah,
we'll forget about all of this map.
How do you do away with the agitation?
Good. A lot of things are going on now. People are calling for constitution review. But we have not been able to review our constitution because...
Yeah, Dotun, you have teased me, so I'll go there, even if for a second.
Okay.
Our problem is not constitutional.
I agree with you. But
I've counted 10 constitutions.
But
the last one in 2014, just a minute.
Okay.
The 1999 constitution, it's like a song for me, does not empower your governor or my governor or even the president to send people on pilgrimages. But it says no to that. There shall be no state religion. You understand? But governors and commanders in chief are sending. So is that constitutional or attitudinal?
Now, let me explain why. Let me explain why I said that. We don't even need a constitution to operate if we decide that we want to do what is right. Everybody, there is hardly anybody that does not know what is right. What we do is to pander to our own whims and caprices. Now, some countries don't have any written constitution. But the reason why these things keep coming up is the fact that we are not getting the desired good governance. That's why we are making laws upon laws upon laws.
Which we are not keeping.
Which, do we even observe it? So why I mention the constitution is this. If the country runs well, all this agitation will end. But the country is not running well because a lot of our leaders are running it based on their selfish interests.
Okay.
That's why you see that our parties, they don't even operate by what they have written down.
All right.
It all depends on what the man who is heading the party wants to do. And unlike before, where the political leaders could be reigning by the party leaders, it's the other way around now.
Now let's go back to the talking point.
So,
Showore has chalked 20th October.
6 more days.
6 days to go, and we're counting. There'll be that protest.
Which won't be stopped.
Which should not be stopped.
Yes.
From what we're saying here. And you are wondering, post 20th October, what do you expect?
What I expect,
if Showore is not reined in?
What I expect is that the government will heed the call of those who are saying, settle this matter politically and let this...
Otherwise, a political solution.
A political solution. For you to know that it's going to be a political solution. The man of peace that we've always called him, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan, has said he's going to join in the protest. And that shows you that people want this matter to be over and done with. It's important for us to ensure peace every time in this country.
And that peace comes by way of wishing the agitation from Biafra away.
It's not about wishing it away. It's about letting those who start this agitation know that there are proper ways or channels through which you can make
Of course, I can say the Midwest state that came in 1963 came by way of a plebiscite, you know.
So which is fine, because all of these people who are in this agitation.
Yeah.
They have representatives. Yes, they may argue that they are
Doctor, why don't you ask by wanting to unilaterally declare Biafra as opposed to a plebiscite? Why did they elect to put the cart before the horse?
Because the man who headed it at that time was hot-headed. If they had taken it this far, they would also have been in prison. They didn't take it this far. Those who started MASOB and such other organizations didn't take to armed struggle. They didn't. They didn't declare sit at home. They didn't disrupt the economy. They didn't kill people. One thing at that time, when you hear that somebody was shot, it was because the protest that they embarked on turned violent and security agencies had to use force. It wasn't the group itself coming out to kill people. Now it is the other way. These people have been armed, like we said when we began, by people who are profiting from it.
Yeah.
So that they can make money.
Doctor, where the producer says we have less than 5 minutes to go. So how do you take this home? Again,
the way I'm going to take it home is this.
Sure, October 20.
Yes.
He dares the leaders in the southeast to join him. Okay. How do you take it home?
The way I'm going to take it home is this. Ochikalu said we should leave the judiciary to do its job. Since the case is in court. Fine. Let's not trouble the judiciary. Now, the whole of the southeast is moving to the central government. We are witnessing one today. In fact, just about less than 1 hour ago, Peter Mbaz just defected from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress. So they have a voice. Ebonyi is under APC. Others too.
Imo
is there. So
and there are insinuations that Anambra might also jump
in. Abia too is there.
Kwankwaso is
Don't
also.
let's forget that Abia too is there, and we are seeing that tendency towards the APC. And fortunately or unfortunately, the president is a good politician. He knows how to play around. So now that they are all going in that direction, can they sit down with the president?
Have a jojo.
Yes, and say, Mr. President, we are here now. We need this man out so that 2027 can be a smooth sail. They can. Bianca is already doing a good work for them, a good groundwork she's doing for them. But the way she has carried herself, the way she has not brought up any issue that will cause
disharmony
in the country
or disaffection,
anything, and she has done well as a representative of that small, I won't call it sex, that small group that is sent to agitate now. Because so a lot of people also link her former husband to such agitation. So they believe she has her own team that she can always talk to and rein in. So if you're having all of this, and she is now coming to tell us and the governors that if you did, and there won't be any more trouble.
Okay.
Why not? I think we can have peace. Even Kanu himself to get some good rest away from the detention center of the DSS.
All right, folks. We'll apply the brakes here, Dr. Oladipo. I want to thank you for your intervention.
Thank you so much.
That's it. Who knows what issue the next time? But we'll be here. Until then, it's bye-bye. Take care of yourself.
Celebrating Sir Kensington Adebutu at 90, a life of enterprise, philanthropy and legacy. On October 24th, 2025, we anticipate a grand celebration of a legendary giant in business and philanthropy. Sir Kensington Adebukunla Adebutu CON, the Odole Odua, or the Year of Life and Legacy. Born on October 24th, 1935 in Ikperuremo, Ogun State. He emerged from humble beginning to become a pillar of industry, a pioneer in Lotto enterprise, and a benefactor whose reach touches education, healthcare, and community development. Starting his professional journey in sales and management before launching Premier Lotto Baba Ijebu, Sir Adebutu has built not just a business empire, but a name synonymous with trust, reliability, and employment creation. He has been honored with prestigious chieftaincy titles like Odole Odua, Balogun of Remoland, as well as federal awards of CON and OON. Recognitions that reflect his contributions to nation building and tradition. His philanthropic spirit is legendary, donating state-of-the-art educational facilities to universities, supporting classrooms and libraries, sponsoring hospital projects, and uplifting the poor with compassion. His generosity extends beyond material gifts. He has invested in people, mentorship, and legacy, inspiring countless young entrepreneurs and community leaders through his example and support. As family, friends, business colleagues, and the communities prepare to salute him, we take this moment to reflect on a life that has shaped industry, empowered education, and lifted the voice of service. Happy birthday, Sir Kessington Adebukunla Adebutu, CON, OON, or Dole Odua of the Source. With deepest respect and warmest wishes from Prince Bisi Olatilo and all of us at Biscon Communications. On Friday, October 3rd, 2025, the Island Club, Nigeria's foremost premier social club, hosted its Independence Dance and New Members Night at the prestigious Peacock Hall of the club in Onikon, Lagos. The colorful occasion brought together an impressive gathering of distinguished members and guests, led by the